everybody, this is Anna, also known as Anna Knitter on Ravelry, and where you else can find me or support me, you can find in the description box below, as everything else I am talking about in this episode. This is a knitting and crocheting podcast, and very welcome to all the new and returning viewers. I am very happy that you are here with me. I hope you have a good cozy beverage, some knitting or crocheting, and you have a nice time now. It's lovely to have you here. In this episode, it is the 103rd episode. I have for you 2 finished objects, a new cast on, works in progress, incoming goodies, KnitAlong talk, and yeah, I want to talk about a very special KnitAlong I have only briefly described in one of the last episodes, and 5 InstaKnitNight questions I answer for you. So I would say we should start with the finished objects. Okay, you have seen the socks I will show in the camera in just a second already last time, and now I have finished them. I am knitting socks like nobody's business at the moment, and I'm very happy about it. It's very much fun. As you know, I have the Opal subscription. I receive 6 balls of yarn 4 times per year. I never know which colorways. It's always a surprise, and you never know if they will be available for normal purchase in the future. So, and this is the finished object. These are the Trotter socks by Jodie St. Clair. Okay, wait. Yeah, I always knit my socks matching. I do prefer that. Here you see it's a very easy textured pattern. It's basically a broken rib. It's a free pattern, the Trotter socks. I will link them in the description box below. I did a 1x1 ribbing and it was a half twisted rib, so I only twisted the knit stitches because twisting the purl stitches is a pain in the, you know. Okay, so 1x1 ribbing. Is it 64 stitches? No, I think I have 15 stitches on every needle because it's for someone else. And I knitted a slip stitch heel with a Dutch heel. So I learned now that only the heel turn is called Dutch heel. Thank you for my lovely viewers who always correct me if I say something wrong. I didn't do a conscious thing just because I think this part of the color repeat is very solid in colors, so it's very pretty like that. And then I knit a normal decreasing toe, and when I say a normal decreasing toe, I mean I use DPNs, and you do the decreases at the end of needle 1, at the beginning of needle 2, then at the end of needle 3, and in the beginning of needle 4. And in this sequence, I do knit 2 together, slip slip knit, knit 2 together, slip slip knit. In German we call this Bandspitze, I guess because this looks like a band, like a ribbon. Yeah. So Bandspitze, that is the toe decrease in Germany you learn when you start knit socks. I mean we also have all these fancy different toes, but yeah, I'm very happy with this. It fits very well. All the people who have received socks from me say it fits very well, so I don't see the point why I should use another technique. Sometimes I think, oh Anna, you have to expand your horizon, but for what if it works? Yeah. I think there is a saying, don't fix it if it's not broken. Yeah. Never change a winning team. Okay. I really like this colorway. If this will be in a collection of Opal, I think I will buy it for myself too, but this is a gift knit. Okay. I just want you to show the tag that comes with the Opal subscription yarn. This word Abo means subscription in German. And here you see the dia behind this Opal yarn. It's, I think it's a family, if I'm not completely wrong. Yeah, it's a family. They all have the same family name. Opal always has 100 gram, 425 meter. You can wash it in the washing machine. It's museling free. It has always been. It's completely produced in Germany. That means the wool, the sheep are from Germany. The shepherds are working in Germany. The whole process is done in Germany. Although it's done in Germany, it's quite cheap. So a normal ball of yarn, I think, does cost 7 or 8 euro or so. Yeah, and you can also make pullovers out of that. I mean, it's more on the cheaper side. It does not feel like soft merino, but I'm knitting already a few years now, and when I go through my hand knit stash, I have to admit, although I love all the soft yarns, first of all, they tend to pill. The softer the yarn, the heavier they pill. They are hard to care for. For example, the Felici sock yarn, I always thought, okay, it's super wash, you can throw it in the washing machine. It's very badly felted and it pills a lot, and so it shrinked a little bit in the washing machine. And I'm not very happy with my Felici socks, although the yarn is so lovely. So the quality after heavy use is not so good if the yarn is very soft, and it's not that warm. That's really, I mean, if you knit merino with mohair, for example, then you have a very warm garment. But if you only knit merino yarn, it's not that soft as a more rustic wool. I actually I can only imagine why that is, because the rustic yarn feels rustic because the hair of the sheep go in all the directions so they can poke you. If you do superwash, or if you have very soft yarn with long hair, they lay flat nicely and don't poke you. But if the hair stands up a little bit, they can cross each other and make a tighter fabric and sew a warmer fabric. I guess that is why these yarns are so much warmer. Yeah, so I'm very, very happy with Opal yarns. I'm very content that this is a German company I can support, and they sent us subscribers already an email that they ship out the next shipment, the next parcel with 6 skeins of lovely sock yarn on the 17th. So today is the 6th of March, and I'm looking forward to the new yarn so much. There is only one ball left from the last shipment I have to knit up. I started this already this morning, and that is exciting. The next finished object also is a pair of socks, also knit from Opal Yarn subscription yarns. This pair of socks is way too big for my sock blockers. I tried my best to display them. Yeah, okay. As you can see, this is a self-striping yarn. So this fits very well to our March prompt of the Hygge Feet Call I host in our group. Okay, this is US size 11.5, European 45. So let's say it's a very big sock. I had 17 stitches on every needle of my DPNs. I knit a quite long leg, always about 20 centimeters. I always do that about, and I always like to end the color repeat here, set in the heel, and then go on with the next color repeat. So that is something I always like to do. It's a 2x2 ribbing, 2.5mm needles. I always knit my socks on 2.5 with normal sock yarn. Sometimes the indie dyed yarns, like back then Gnome Acres, are very thin. Then I use 2mm, but I don't enjoy the process so much. The pattern is the free pattern called Blueberry Waffle Socks. I like the Blueberry Waffle Socks pattern. In German it's called Zimtwaffelmuster, so cinnamon waffle. Obviously Germans prefer cinnamon over blueberries. But I also think it's so fun that, I mean, it looks like blueberries. So it's very fitting. I used Regia white for contrasting heel and toe. Again, I did the same heel and the same toe as with the other sock. And this also is a gift. I am knitting Christmas gifts already. You can also flip this around to have it a little more cozy. And you see a little bit better what I did. Yeah. I really enjoy knitting socks. From the 6 balls of yarn I have received in my last subscription in December, 4 of them I use for gifts. So I can't wait to knit for myself again. Yeah. So 2 pairs I have knit since we last saw each other. That is awesome. Okay. Is there anything else? Blueberry Waffle free pattern. I will link everything in the description box below. Now we come to the works in progress. I had no business casting on another sock, but I was at a point with these Blueberry Waffle socks, I just wanted to see something else. Because that is a huge sock. And I have purchased a pattern lately by, I want to say her business name correct, Dana Rae Makes. Dana Rae Makes. I love her Instagram account. I am going on Lent for Instagram and Facebook, and I only check my accounts Sundays, if I even check them. Only Sundays. But when I am browsing through her posts, I prefer the most. She has so nice projects and she is designing patterns. And this pattern is called Thick Sock 3 Ways. Oh my gosh, that is difficult for German to pronounce. Thick Sock 3 Ways. Too much TH in that. Basically, it is a sock pattern written for 4-ply yarn held double. So in that way you can use up 1 skein of fingering weight yarn plus a mini or leftover for contrasting heel, cuff and toe. I did a Regia cuff, and then I used Gnome Acres. I can't remember the colorway name anymore. It's not Coffee Coffee Coffee, because Coffee 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 was a little bit darker. I can't remember anymore what this was, unfortunately. So I'm holding it double, and that creates an 8-ply yarn. And I'm doing one of the 3 patterns she includes in this one pattern. So you have 3 textured patterns for your sock. That is very generous, I think. It's not lace. This is the slip stitch pattern. It's very easy. After you have established the first row, you have established the whole pattern, because it's a 3-row repeat, but in 2 rows you do the same thing. So it's very good. So why did I cast on an 8-ply sock? First of all, I have so much sock yarn, and I receive now every 3 months 6 new balls of sock yarn, and they keep me very busy. If I only knit I think it would be enough for me only to knit the Opal subscription yarns, and I'm very busy. So I had to find a way to knit through my stash and use all the lovely yarns without getting in trouble. So, and as I told you, Gnome Acres is a very thin yarn. She doesn't dye anymore. It's not available anymore. Lovely colorways, but very thin yarn, and so I would have to knit them with 2mm needles, and I really don't want that. So I'm knitting them held double with 3.5mm instead. I can really recommend this pattern. You have another lovely textured pattern similar to, for example, something like Minecraft. And the other one, you always forget the third one of 3 things. I'm sorry. I will link everything in the description box below. My next work in progress is also in opal sock yarn, my last ball of the subscription. I have only started the ribbing. It's a 2x2 ribbing. Wait. Two 2.5mm needles, and that is the ball. Holding this into the camera, it doesn't look so pretty, but I really love this ball of yarn. It is so calm. It's not typical for opal. Opal can have very colorful, screaming combos. So this will be very pretty. And I will knit the free pattern Surprise by Birgit K. It's also available in English. It's a textured pattern. You only do knit and purl stitches, but very interesting, in a very interesting way. It looks very interesting and fun, and I think it will stay on the leg very well. I will put everything in the description box below. I have knit a little bit on my icy spring, not cardigan, pullover, but it's not, I will only show this very quick because it's only stockinette stitch. I showed you already last time. This is a lovely pullover. I'm considering doing what the crazy sock lady suggests, 30 minutes of sweater knitting every day, and you will get this done. So what I did is this. This was one day I decided I don't want to knit socks. I should knit on something hibernating for so long already. So that is my icy spring. Malabrigo Arroyo in the colorway Choco. And my last work in progress is a new cast on. It's still in my Christmas bag because it contains very many Christmas minis I have received in my advent calendars. I started my next color block for my Cozy Memories blanket. As you see, I'm doing color blocks, 5x5 squares, surround this with a white border and then attach everything to each other. And I have knit while I was listening to the Bible chapters I was supposed to read yesterday and today. I have a reading plan. I want to knit through the whole Bible in a year. And Leviticus is or the third book of, how do you say that in English? The third book of Moses? I have completely forgotten how boring this is. Oh dear, so much details, and it does not really have something to do with my life, so it's very hard. But I listened to, I think, 3 chapters this morning, and I have knit this lovely rose pink square. I unfortunately don't know how this colorway is called. This is a very soft merino yarn, and I have started the next one already because if I have to pick up the stitches first and then cast on new stitches, I don't enjoy the process so much. So I will do this 5 times above each other, and then I only have to cast on first and pick up then. That is much easier to do. So I did this already. I will only have to knit. Yeah, that is lovely. And today is Saturday. There will be much knitting time. It's very cold outside. That's why I'm wearing my snow cloud cardigan. It's very cold. So it will be much time sitting in the living room with a hot beverage, maybe watching a movie and knitting. That will be my plan for today. Okay, these were my works in progress. now I want to briefly show you 2 new incoming goodies. One of them I will need for my surprise socks. Okay, first of all, I have bought T-pins because I have no pins anymore. I don't know where I lost them. I have not one pin anymore. And I had to block something lately and thought, oh, it would be much easier if I had pins. So I just ordered from Amazon these T-pins. It's interesting because in Germany it's not a thing. We use these normal round head pins, but the T-pins are so much nicer and easier to use. And the next thing is what I will need for my sock. Not need, but it will make it so much easier. This is a row counter by Knit Pro, or Knitter's Pride. And I had this one from Clover in green, this neon green thing, and you can hang it around your neck, and it's so easy because you only click and knit on, click and knit on. I have a digital row counter. You are supposed to do it around your thumb, but this rubber band is way too long, so it doesn't sit well on my thumb, so it always turns around. And it has a very soft button, so I press the button accidentally sometimes, and that is not good for a row counter. So I wanted to have something not digital and easy to use, hang around my, or lay around my neck. And it's funny because it has a face. And it comes already with string, yarn, whatever. It's already attached. Stacey Perry from the Very Pink Knits not only podcast but also YouTube channel always uses the green one, and she said she is using this all the time, and sometimes she went around the house, outside of the house, she went shopping or something and still had the row counter around her neck because she was so used to that she doesn't recognize and realize that she's still wearing it. So it's a very handy tool for knitters. KnitAlong news. Okay, in our group I host the Hygge Feet Call. It's a year-long knit-along for socks. You can enter every sock you knit. Whips are okay, baby socks are okay, knee-highs as well as shorties, so I don't care about the yardage or something. You can knit all the socks and put them in the in our thread. And I have thought about winners. Maybe I should draw a winner very soon, like maybe 1st of May or so. And we have, in addition to that, to spice it up a little bit, a prompt for every month. This is an own thread. It belongs to the Hygge Feet Call, but if you are looking for something, yeah, more spicy, I think of a prompt for every month. Last month, because February is the month of Valentine's Day, it was rose, red and hearts, and this month in March, something stripy. You can enter everything that creates stripes, self-striping, or you knit with different yarns and create stripes this way. Another knit-along I host in my group is the Welcome Baby Socks knit-along. You knit baby-sized socks, newborn size, and ship them to the Pregnancy Help Center I am working for. By the way, this is a t-shirt from our Pregnancy Help Center. It says, Ich gehe für dich. That means in English, I go for you, I walk for you. It's a shirt we've been wearing on the March for Life in Berlin. And yeah, I think I don't have to explain what that means. So in the description box below you see the shipping address. If you have shipped the socks, you are able to win 6 balls of sock yarn. And another knit-along I talked about briefly in the last or the one before episode. I am a part of the group of the Harry Potter Knitting and Crocheting House Cup, and I just wanted to briefly show you the prompts, the classes for this month. Every month you have to submit one class, and they are inspired by the Harry Potter classes. For example, Care of Magical Creatures. You are supposed to knit something grey or that is like a second skin for you. Magical Tools. For Magical Tools you can submit For a homework, craft an item which reminds you of something or someone and tell us how it sparks your memory. Or if you are feeling forgetful, craft something red, because the rememberal turns red if you have forgotten something, if you remember. Charms. Your assignment this month is to craft something that makes you laugh or something that you would include in your ridiculous charm. So you maybe, or ridiculous, you say in English, I guess. Yeah, and for arithmancy, this month craft something in honor of P Day. It can be in relationship to P, a pie, or the color blue. And I have decided to submit these as a pair, this pair of socks for arithmancy this month. You always have to submit one class. You can also submit many classes, but for sorting priority, so that you are able to play after the semester or the trimester is over, you have to submit at least one class per month, and you can earn points for your house. And I hope to be in Ravenclaw next semester. Now we come to the InstaKnitNight questions. What is your favorite snack while knitting or crocheting? I really eat everything when I knit or crochet. That means it would be, no, it's better to say whatever I do, I knit and crochet. Besides that, for example, while during the breakfast or whatever. But I think chocolate, because it does take a while until it is melted in your mouth, and you don't have to interrupt your knitting all the time. So chocolate, I think, is the deal. Do you count stitches on every row in lace work? No, but I am very aware. I always read my knitting during lace work to avoid stitches falling off or missing or something. Show us your most recent fiber purchase. My opal yarns. I'm sorry. I will show you the new opal yarns I will receive soon. That is my most recent fiber purchase. Yeah. Do you watch TV while you knit or crochet? Definitely, definitely. And I can suggest easy patterns for that. Or you have to watch something you have already seen before, and it's not a problem when you don't watch the screen all the time. As I told you, I knit or crochet during all the things I do. So yeah, definitely. And if I watch something, I definitely knit, because I feel so weird and useless if I only watch a movie. Maybe that's not good, but that's how I roll. What is your favorite pizza topping? Oh dear, that is so difficult. I really like pizza Hawaii, and I know that it's like you hate it or you love it, and my boyfriend hates it. I love pizza Hawaii, tuna, and do you say salami? Salami? I don't know how you call that in English. I think that is my favorite, and I really love doner kebab on a pizza. But if I had to choose, it's salami, I think. And pizza Hawaii. Yeah. Okay, that was everything for today. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you will visit us in our Ravelry group. It is so much fun to talk there with you, to see what you are knitting. And if you have questions, you can reach out there to me. You can contact me via direct message. It's